Greetings, one and all. I'm still recovering from a bit of a cold, so expect my voice to sound different today. Hopefully I don't have too many coughing fits. It's on the way out, so it shouldn't cause too many problems. It's kind of weird how your voice gets a bit deeper when you are ill or recovering from an illness. Never ceases to amaze me. Too bad it has to be such a relatively painful experience to be able to have that happen. Well, I just got back from travels, and once upon a time that would have been probably a kind of a bigger concern back when the streams kind of needed to be more regular. Nowadays it doesn't really matter in the same way, and as a result it gives me the ability to really focus on trying to do work and focus, and we are coming to the end of a very busy time period. So without the burden of streams, it has made it a lot easier. But now that time is coming to an end as of this week. It's been a very long last few months, and there's now very little that will distract from the main goals that I've been kind of setting forth for this year. The goal is to try and get through as many of these ideas I've been working on as I can for the channel, as well as for some of my personal projects that you all will get a chance to benefit from. Irashimasu. But anyway, it is going to be in the plan to do streams on a 3 or 4 times a week, once happened. And so, bone. I want that. Anyway, it's going to be the goal. There will be some weeks where it doesn't happen. It's just how things... Hammer. Oh, yes. I know the hammer too well, you rat. Please let there be 2 hammers. Yes. Oh, yes. Okay, now what does this thing do before I continue? Oh, golly. Oh, that's a neat item. Okay, we got mobility, we got close range, and basically nothing else. Alright, so I'll try and stay focused on this. I know there's not anyone to really listen to this part anyway. But just in the rare event that somebody watches these things on replay, and if you are a VOD watcher, then much appreciated. Greatly appreciate your time, and if you don't mind, I would love to see either a thumbs up or a thumbs down on the platforms. That helps me to know whether or not you're a bot or not, and typically a like or a dislike will help me to know whether or not somebody is flesh and blood or just a bot. Ooh, I like this thing. This is a good item. Huh. Kind of like Aang's wind ability, actually. I like Aang's wind ability much better, though. Man, the range on this thing is increased. That is really good to see. He was weak for way too long. Okay. Can we get out of here? Yes. Okay. Phew. Oh, come on. Oh, shoot. Oh, golly, that was close. Way too close. Way too close. Okay. Whew. I need to get another one of these cubes. I think someone shot at me, so I'm going to get out of here. So my travels... Oh, never mind. I'll hold that thought until after I deal with this. Where are you? Must have been a really long shot there. Okay, so I was up in the northern part of Alaska for the last week. That was quite the experience. Everywhere has its everywhere in this world is made specifically for a group of people that is hardy enough or savvy enough to be able to dwell there, and thus people have the ability to spread out across the globe, and no one becomes no one becomes overcrowded. Now, there is a group of people that live on the northern frontier of Alaska, and they have adapted well to living out there. It is an adaptation that I myself do not really have, but it is one that they have and one that they cherish. And I got a chance to see that firsthand, and I gotta say, it was very good to see. But anyway, I won't dwell too much on that for right now. I don't like that up there. Okay, we're getting away from there. Oh, wait a minute. We're going to take a vehicle. There we go. Target acquired. Come on. Here we go. Gotta know the angles, buddy. Yeah, we're gonna get out of there. Okay, missed that opportunity. Oh, never mind. He's coming back. There he goes. Come Yeah, fooey. Oh, shoot. Messed that one up. Oh, golly, that hurt a lot. Get out of here. That could have been really, really bad. Oh, was really bad, but could have been worse. Bingo. Oh, no. Person's driving pretty well back there. Okay, health. Good to go on that. Greetings there, Bastion. How are you doing? Alright. I'm enjoying the ability to use hammers once again. But I'm torn. We got Avatar in one area and hammers in the other. What a difficult decision to be made. Good. Exactly. How you doing, sir? Oh, golly. Vamoose. They kept these hammers away far too long. For years, I begged them to bring the hammers back. Now, only now do they bring them back. For a very short time, unfortunately. Alright, where are you? I have a feeling I'm not going to get first place. I think somebody else, that guy right down there, is going to be too strong for me. I don't have any real weapons taken down from range. And unfortunately, the fall damage just isn't the same as what it used to be. Light was a bit of a bully. Bastion, you should know this by now. You cannot change the ways of the light. What do I do? Go down and fight with him. Get catapulted. Ooh, you're taking a lot of damage. Oh, I missed. There we go. Okay, we got 3 hammers. The strategy is prepared. Oh no, that's a carp. Oh, nope, not good. Okay, that's another. Gotta get out. Come on, move. Oh, golly. Like the old days, the strategy works well. What is this fog? I need to find myself some more shields here. Shoot, and I run away. Assist. Perfect. This is the last fight? Don't mind me, bot. Okay, where'd he go? Uh-oh, he's near. That was not good. Not good at all. Okay. Should be better. Reevaluate. Nope, it's 5 people. Fell short. Yep, into the storm. Get out. Into the storm. Yep. Oh. Not good. Okay. He's gonna get away. Oh, someone shoot at me. Okay. I don't think the hammers recharge when you're inside the vehicle. Ooh. Hero rank S. Whoop-de-doo. Get out of here. Oh, you falling short? Poor fella. Okay, gotta be careful of this one. Just go south in a moment. Did he still get knocked off? Okay, got up here. That's good enough. Oh, come on. Yes, get out of here. Oh. No, get. Oh. It's not good, not good. Ah, shoot. Is he invisible? He was invisible. Hammer time. Wow. Just like always, that is top tier Fortnite. Not in terms of my performance or anything, it's just the fact that there's the hammer. I was very, very lucky. That guy was not using an attack item against me. I was. We were both trying to do knockbacks, mine at least did damage. Wow. Have not had that sort of game in a while. Not since last chapter, really. No, since the swords were taken away. Sorry, my bad. Well, stand by just a second. Like I started with, I'm still dealing with the last day of a cold. I think it's the last day. So everything's just slightly off for me. So if my voice is off, or if I need to cough or sneeze or whatnot, it's because my system's trying to get rid of all that nonsense in the sinuses. Whew, okay. So we are in the full swing. We are going to be doing 3 to 4 streams a week, and we're going to be scheduling the big announcement. So I keep thinking about it. The more I think about it, the more I'm like, I'm just going to make it a low tier announcement. It'll be a long stream that it gets associated with, and that will be good enough for me. The impacts are going to be big, but the glamour sort of ordeal, not going to happen. Because if I try and do that, that would be another level of complexity, and nobody would really care. So I'm just going to double down on the project. So that way when it comes out, it will be that much nicer. I'm going to let products, not advertising, lead moving forward. And so I'll comment on stuff here and there. You're going to see a little advertising square. I've already made it. It looks pretty nice. It will be going right in the area where Stream Radio is located. That area right there is going to get consolidated. It'll have Stream Radio in one little quadrant. It'll have a little advertisement in another, and a Silverado redeem in another. If it's too small for the stream, then we'll spread it out a little bit better. But either way, that stuff is already completed. I've been testing it, and I'll be putting that live this next week. But the content that is coming out, that is the real gem, in my opinion. All the other stuff associated with the platform is all just to make it possible so the content can go on there. The content has taken months to years to develop in some cases, and the first bit of it is going to start coming out. I have been very much looking forward to sharing this. We're getting there. I'm in over the next 2 weeks. I'm going to be doing hardcore editing. Hopefully, having all that squared away in time for that announcement. Otherwise, you're going to see the preliminary draft of that, and that way you can know what is coming. And it will be within a very short time after that. Which, knowing me, that's probably going to be more likely what happens. Because I don't know what to expect. This is the first time I've ever done this. Kind of like when I do a lot of things around here. I do it not because it's necessarily a smart thing, but because I think, hey, I can do this. Why not give it a try? By the way, that's not really a smart way to go about doing business. I just gotta say, I don't do this very well. I'm a very bad businessman. And trying to figure out projects like that, who cares, honestly? And so you can't expect folks to really look at it and say, oh yeah, absolutely, I would love to see that. Because first off, they don't know. And you know what? There's no need stressing about it. Unlike Yoda here, who stresses about everything. That's why he's always chuckling. It's him just trying to cover up for his insecurities. Fake sign. So, after the update of Stream Radio, you will see a couple of other big changes. The website will be updated, as will be Silverado itself. Afterwards, you will start to see the stuff get announced of what's going to be on there. Oof. Stupid turret. All right. Ooh, dandy. Stand by. Yeah, a bit of catch there. So anyway, I do make that mistake a lot of making projects that really don't matter when it's all said and done. It's not blindly thinking that, oh, I'm going to do something that's completely pointless. I always have an idea of how I want it to pan out, just doesn't always happen. But you have to keep experimenting, you have to keep trying. And eventually something will hopefully take. And this next project is very, very ambitious. And so I'm kind of thinking that maybe, well, the more ambitious stuff will matter. Maybe it will make a difference. We will see. Very soon we will find out if it matters or if it doesn't. But I've already set my expectations low. I don't expect it's going to make a difference. That's just me being a realist. A lot of stuff has to fall into place for it to actually, to basically see the effort pay off. I realize we're in a culture, in a time frame where that is less likely than ever to actually happen. Now, it got me thinking, what do you have to do to try and be productive or creative in a world that is promising that robots and AI will do it all for you? There are a lot of people in this world who are investing heavy into all this AI stuff, in part because they, kind of like myself, they probably work on projects and ideas and it never pans out. And they're like, well, hopefully the machine will at least do it for me. And so then they lose heart and they don't know what to do with themselves. Well, when that sort of stuff happens, you do have the choice of whether or not you are going to be ruled by the machine or if you are going to resist. Stand by just a second. Let's do this. Switch up the radio. Okay. So, people think that somehow they can overcome their own failures and just rely upon the machine. Obviously, it's the new innovation. And if you get in on the ground floor, you too could maybe become the multimillionaire that you missed out on because you were born in the wrong age. It's such nonsense. All of it, honestly. Ooh, that's a hammer. Oh, that's a hammer. Alright, I know how to beat the hammer. That's right, you don't know how to use a hammer. You do not know. Oh, you don't know what to do with it. I wonder. Boy, you got a lot of those shields. Give me that hammer. Yes. Thank you for your contribution, you ugly cartoon. Ah, sorry about that. It's stupid, but you still have to do the work. It's true that we have to accept how we use all the tools. We have it in our arsenal for our advantage. Greetings, how you doing? Oh, no. We do not want the bot in here. No, get the bot away. Inertia is fine, but no, not the bot. Get the bot out. There we go. Banned. So here's the thing about when I think about this whole concept. When it comes to, I thought I failed to capture. No, you're in the clear. It was that bot that came in right after you. I don't know if you could see it. It appears on my stream side at any time, anyways, and it happens all the time. I can't stand the bots. But anyway, one of the things that takes place with creativity is that you need your brain to be able to troubleshoot. If you are not skilled enough at using your brain, you can't expect a machine to mesh things up together and have it spit out something that you didn't think of yourself. Otherwise, it will all be a repetition of whatever data set it was built on. And I've experimented with this before because someone challenged me to test out the AI to see what it could do. So I tried. And you know what I found out was it never could pull off what I was imagining. Like I have a very vivid imagination. I don't call it it's not a wild animation. It's just vivid, clear what I want it to be. And there's no imagery out there that really captures the look or the sound of what it is I'm trying to create. The only way to do that is brain power. Now, I've not had a chance really to do any of these really elaborate stuff for folks to see just yet, but it's coming out soon, some of it. And then you'll really start to see kind of where my brain goes and why it's so hard for an AI to try and capture it. But AI is a crutch, and over time you become familiar with that crutch, and pretty soon you lean on it more and more. After a while, you find out that the legs that you were using to help give you strength, suddenly your legs start losing strength. Suddenly you need a wheelchair. You can't go around with your crutch anymore. Pretty soon you're bedridden. Hammer. I heard that, Hammer. I will find you, Hammer. That's probably him right there. It appears that Twitch is infested with bots. Yeah. Twitch is horrendous when it comes to bots. Rumble is too. Rumble is very infested with bots. But they've been getting better. Slowly but surely. Oh, did you drop the hammer? Oh, your mistake, buddy. Oh, I messed that one up. I should have that reloaded. Uh-oh. That was not good. So much fat vision. I'm not ready to fight you. I'm not ready to fight. Come on. Yes, okay. Nope, still not ready to fight. I'm out. I am out. Too busy running. Can't fight you today. But don't worry, I will fight you before the day is out. A strategic withdrawal. By the looks of it, they're forcibly pushing it for this as, again, it's effective. If I could train AI to animate for me and visualize what's in my mind, that's a real game changer. Then again, who's to say these companies won't monopolize my creativity. It is true, but also, here's the thing. If everybody's creating, who's going to want to buy your stuff? That's something that I heard a YouTuber talking about this. He said about how great it would be if we all started using AI, because then we could create all our own movies. We could create all our own stories. We don't need Hollywood. But then you have to also realize nobody needs you. It all comes down to who can advertise the best. But why would you watch something is advertised if you could just make it yourself? That means you need people that are hyper lazy, you could say, so to speak. It's also annoying because they invent automation to do things that we want to do instead of doing the things we don't want to do. Isn't that interesting they didn't use it to automate your taxes? Isn't it interesting that they've not done it to automate doctor paperwork or any other monotonous task? No, they did it to the one thing that gives people a sense of hope. They took away creativity. Because if you rob people of imagination, they're very easy to control. If you can automate creativity and control it, you don't have to worry about people coming up with all sorts of ideas. Freedom comes with ideas. I remember hearing years ago, I don't remember where the source was, but it's this idea that creativity and imagination is what keeps a people free. Sorry, my throat is really dry and tickled right now. Surprise, buddy. You wanted this fight. You got it. I'll bet he regrets that one. Creativity and innovation. Pivotal if you want to dream of a better tomorrow. Do you think that anybody, if they were given the choice, would actively choose to not think? You'd be surprised how many people that actually would choose deliberately never to think again. Think guns work here, buddy? Get back in the storm. Oh, storm's hurting bad. Dang, I lost my third hammer. Cybertruck is in Fortnite? Sorry, I got distracted. Yes. Yes, even in Fortnite, we get plagued by it. By the way, Cybertrucks do terrible in Alaska. Absolutely horrible vehicles for Alaska. But some people are trying to make them work. It's just too icy up here. Oh, greetings, Bastion. How you doing? Quack. Oh, speaking of which, I saw actually quite a few ducks when I was up in Barrow earlier. Got a couple of pictures. I'll have to be sure to share a couple sometime later on this week when I've gone through the photos. Oh, that's shields. That is shields. Shoot. Oh, that's not good. Heard the guy. There we go. Yes, scare him away. Then trick him by going the other way. Oh shoot, I almost made it. Failed that one. Come on. Uh-oh. Is that super dog? Someone's here. Get out of here. That goes for me too. Close. I do not like this situation. Salvageable, yes, but not preferred. Golly. Yes, keep meditating, Yoda. Let's see if that helps us. Oh, come on. Get out of there. Get back in there. Oh, come on. Close one. Very close. Just need some extra shield before going into that fight. All right, going back to pick up the duck.
So the game mode that has the avatar stuff is Blitz. You start off with one of the scrolls.
Oh, you do?
Yes. The whole gimmick about Blitz is that matches are about 5 minutes long.
Oh my. No, why do they have to make it so short?
People have been just calling it the short attention span game. But it was made for phone users, just to play on the go.
You mean to tell me they took one of the best seasons and trivialized it for a bunch of people that are addicted to phones? How disappointing.
I don't know. PC addicts are also here.
Whoa now. PC addicts.
So the first week of this was just most of the weapons were legendary. Now it's just you try to look for the best gun. It's kind of like the superhero levels, or once you reach the third level, you get a mythic or sometimes what's it called? The other rarity.
Well, we'll give this a try. We'll see if it's if there's any real strategy behind it. But based upon what you're saying, it's probably not. Uh-oh. Well, that's unfortunate. Has the game still been unstable for you?
No, this is the first game where it's done that.
Oh, that's good. Has the stuttering slowed down?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Hasn't been that bad. Actually, the only other time that the game hasn't been working well is when I try to play a tournament just to get another umbrella that can change color when you rank up in ranked, and it wasn't letting me join. Skip on telling me to play a ranked game to get a rank to put me with other people, and it just wasn't letting me join, even when I was in a high rank.
Huh. That's bizarre. Let me balance out the audio. I just realized that on my side it's all over the place. Okay, there we go. That should be better. I'm going to pull up some of the photos while my game tries to reconnect to the lobby, which seems to be having problems. No big surprise for Fortnite. Oh, there it is. All right, we'll give this another try. While Bastion destroys cities in the background. So we'll start off with a couple.
So they buffed the avatar scrolls because water was really the only one people liked. They made earth bending projectiles much faster and does more damage, and they also did that to the fire one. It's faster, the projectiles.
That should be good. Yeah, earth was a bit of a letdown. While we load into that round, I'm going to show a couple of the photos that I took while I was traveling. So I was at the top of Alaska, and it was an interesting location, I must say. Very bleak out there, very, very flat. There is 800 feet of permafrost out there. It's basically a glacier, and people are living on it. Got to take some photos of the sea ice out there. That was pretty neat. And got to walk on tundra, which was soggy and thankfully with no mosquitoes. That was a shock for me. I thought for certain I'd be swarmed by them. Got to go to the local festival. Got to see people getting thrown in the air on a blanket. Got to go to some very iconic locations, including this whale arch and the official town sign. So it was good to see, and I realized I'm in the water. Then went faster than I realized it was going to. My bad. Oh, good. I start with fire. That's better than the water I started with last time. So does everyone start with the same element bending ability?
It's supposed to be random, but I saw SBT girl in Mr. Danman play, and they seem to always get the same items. So yeah, you get a different medallion each game and a different scroll for right now.
So can you get multiple of them in this game?
So for medallions, you can only get them from gold supply drops.
Okay. So basically trying to get a full loadout is going to be near impossible.
Once you reach level 3, whenever you level up, they'll drop a high level item.
Okie dokie. What the? What's this red on here? Oh. Orange, my bad.
We have the Nitro medallion, so we reload faster and run faster.
Oh, that's why I'm going so fast. Perfect.
That was the one I dropped.
Perfect. Enhanced flapjack. No one needs that.
That's the one with a lot of ammo from the jungle season.
Yeah, that was a fun one to use. Ooh, my bad. I wasn't doing enough of a spin around there. Nicely done. Other one's coming for you. Watch out.
That's another complaint. A lot of bots.
Wunderbar. Eat the magical banana.
Oh yeah, the banana gives you a lot of speed and jump.
Like you're sliding on a banana peel.
Now.
You're right, these are wicked fast.
Luckily,
like
we
a
got
whip.
the best medallion, which is the Nitro one. The Infinite Sprint is too good. Now
Exactly.
it's just one more person.
Stomping.
I think it was just. I think it's just bots now, unless it's just one person. Very good at hiding.
Can they go under the ground on this one?
No, they're right in a storm.
Wunderbar. Very nice.
So yeah, it's just 5 minutes.
That's still fun, but yeah, I can see that getting tiring very, very quickly.
Next week it's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and I think a couple of other stuff. I think the Nitro Fists are going to be added too.
Well, I'm at least glad to see that they're trying to do something with the Avatar still, which makes me have hope that maybe they'll bring it back in the future, but I don't know if we're ever going to get stuff like what they do with Star Wars, where they bring it back for a month.
Yeah. So this is actually LTM, so it's a limited time mode. And seeing how popular it is, is there over 100,000 players playing right now. They realized that a lot of people liked it, so they doubled the length of time it's going to be up. Now there's going to be a Dragon Ball week.
I wondered how long they were going to wait until they did something more with Dragon Ball. That was a lot of fun when it was first introduced.
Second time they brought it back was with the My Hero Academia. So you had both of them at the same time.
That was that was pretty overpowered. just the ability to send the blue beam of death everywhere.
Yeah, that was also when the hammers were out and the scouting drone, which is probably the best.
That was a good time. I follow you, sir. On this teeny tiny island. Ooh, earthbending. Let's see what this looks like. Ooh, pretty strong. Okay, I like this. Earthbending was a very hard one really to get anything out of before. Now it's much more balanced. I think that you're right that these are most likely all bots at this point, but still fun to use this ability again. Anonymous?
I think that was a real player. The real players use shield bubbles because that is the best item they could use here. You're always being pushed, and you're always going to end up in a small circle.
They also dropped their scroll, which none of the other ones have done that.
Scroll? I think people just drop them immediately.
Oh, wow.
Because again, water is the best one. Water kind of has an aimbot or something.
Yeah.
A very strong auto lock.
Rock on.
Alright, I never need to reload. The medallion that we have reloads over time, and the shotgun also reloads and gives infinite sprint. I just need shotgun shells.
Shotgun shells, I got that for you.
Thank you.
Guzzle juice. Nah, I don't need
It's
that.
just for HP. If you win 3 games, get an umbrella.
Then I too can be Mary Poppins.
I think it's a reskin of an old umbrella that they have. But gold. Oh, there's a silver llama. That's in the storm.
Oh, that didn't go so well.
Yeah, it's very strong.
I was trying to bring up the wall inside of there, but it wouldn't trigger. So I guess the shield was preventing that.
I don't know. I haven't tested it.
Right, so far we've got to try out the water, the fire, the earth. Now we got to try out the wind, hopefully. How things been going with you, Bastion?
Other than some family stuff, it's been good. It's been good.
there's it's been getting quite a bit warmer up here. What has the temperature been like down in your neck of the woods, your neck of the desert?
It could get to 108 to 112.
112. Wow, that's double my temperature down here. Up here.
Well, tell else I'm not gonna cook the eggs.
You go out to your sidewalk, crack an egg, and then hope that you put the some olive oil on the cement before you put the egg down.
Well, I have heard if the pan is hot enough and you put olive oil down, it'll just evaporate so fast it's not really touching it, so you can just drop the egg on it.
Oh no. Just land over here this time.
Right. They have a spawn island, but I've never been on it because it's just how fast the queue time is.
Right. Ooh, it's that structure at the
Oh
top.
yeah, the
was
shrines
originally-
right now, there's 4 of them. They have 2 chests that could give boons, which are pretty good.
Ooh, look at that.
Take the parkour one. Oh yeah, Slurp also heals over time.
Perfect. Do you want the shield bubbles?
Sure.
Because I, as you know, never have much good luck with those things. I'd rather just tear apart the shield wall than have to deal with it.
I guess that's another thing I noticed. I guess there's a small randomized loot pool because whenever there's the airbending scroll, I see everyone else having it. But then then there's just games where no one has it.
So airbending is like one of the more rare ones.
It's either everyone's dropping them early or it's just not in the loot pool at times.
Man, this storm pushes long ways.
It's supposed to be very fast. If you stay in one spot, you're probably just dead.
I hate this notification that appeared in the middle of my screen when I'm trying to fight.
Yeah, that's what happens whenever you level up. Gives you a boon and then later a weapon.
They're so considerate to put it right where I'm trying to look down my sights.
Well, how else are you gonna know?
I don't know. Text message, telegram.
It was in text. Just bigger text.
In the middle of your vision.
Alright, we should be getting weapons.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it's gonna be in the middle of these buildings. so you have to watch out for corners. It's just 2 other people, so they're probably just hiding inside. Or
Oh, oh, they're
there's more
shooting at me.
bots.
What the? Got 2 hits on them.
They're getting a couple hits on them
Ooh.
as well. I can use that.
Coming around. Oh! Yes! Huzzah! Oh yeah, next week, folks, we'll have the dub and flub counter returning as well. It will be with the updates. What sort of plans have you got for this weekend, Bastion?
I am going to a baby shower tomorrow. Or
What? The baby can't
Today.
shower itself?
no, not yet. The baby needs a lot of presents.
Uh-huh. Well, delightful. Hopefully one of
and
them
I-
is a shower cap.
And then I guess just finally work on the video that I've been wanting to make.
Ooh, dandy. Have you scripted it out yet?
No, I just need one more quote from one of the books.
One more quote.
Or
Is it
quotes.
what
be
what type of
about-
quote is it supposed to be?
Just them describing a place.
Ah. How many books of FNAF do you have?
Oh, of what I have right now, so I have the 3 novels, and then the rest of them are novellas. So shorter stories in one, 3 shorter stories in one book, and I have 12 of them. They have made more books of the Pizzaplex one, but I haven't read any of those. And I heard it's more connected to the story than these ones. The ones from Fazbear Fright are more loosely based off the story. They take parts of the main story and create stories from that.
Right. By the way, remember how people were tearing into the audio distortions that they were suggesting that would cause people to hallucinate the animatronics doing more things than actually were happening?
Right.
Um,
The Soundist.
what was it called?
The Soundist, if I remember right.
Yeah, where it like creates a vision based upon like sound waves that are distorting it. So instead of just a creature's mouth opening,
Yeah,
it would
something-
open up with all sorts of teeth.
Yeah, it was supposed to have like a very big influence on the people. So if you see actually this is the whole idea of what my video is going to be about a bit. The reasons why the animatronics looked like monsters is because they already see them as monsters. That's why. But the original plan was, or one of the original plan was, to have the kids first look at like promotional stuff. So the quote I'm looking for is about one of the fathers that's with them, a police officer or police chief is with them in this underground facility, and on the walls there's these posters of the same animatronics that they see as monsters, but they look kind of like the FNAF 2 animatronics, or their toys instead, or have those rosy cheeks and look like cartoons.
Well, I saw another scientific research discovery that suggests that that sort of technology might actually be legit. Like, I remember hearing people online like tearing it apart, saying what a dumb idea it was, and I keep seeing stuff that's like, no, this stuff is actually a very legit possibility.
I could see that if you could hear like a voice clip of like your grandma or your parent, and you just look behind you, and you might see like something that might resemble them. You might think for like a split second that they're there, but it might not be, something like that.
Well, it's
Just
even something
cues that.
like it's a type of wave, and I don't fully understand all of it, but there's like a way to manipulate how you perceive reality based upon sound, and that's actually a complete possibility. Oh, just saying, got a raid over on Rumble from Slay Money. Greetings. How's it going, Slay? And much appreciated for coming by to this neck of the woods. How are things going, and what are we up to?
For the waves things, I have heard that the cat purrs can make you heal faster.
Make you heal faster. Now that would be nice. There's a thunderbolt. He's Zeus Thunderbolt.
Oh right, yeah, yeah. You can spawn with that sometimes, and it can kind of be bad because it's the only thing you have.
That is so very cool. So now I have the ultimate firebending ability, lightning. Wouldn't that be neat if your bending abilities, like you get more of a certain type of scroll and your bending power shifts based upon what the story mentions? So you start out with fire and then you end up with lightning as your final form.
Oh, in the game, yeah, that'll be interesting. Kind of like the Star Wars stuff. You get trained in a more specific element.
I still think that Avatar needs to make their own combat game, and I think it would be really fun to do.
Last Avatar thing I've seen was an app.
An app.
Or a game. I pre-registered for it, but I just never played it. Last person spot.
Surprise! Huzzah!
So yeah, this is mainly for phone users, so bots are definitely helpful.
Yeah.
And then just other people flailing around, trying to figure out the controls on the phone.
Yeah, I don't know who in their right mind was like, hey, we know what sort of gaming people really want. Something that's on their phone, that your fingers are sliding around on your screen with almost no controls. That wouldn't be a problem if they made better attachments, so you could like put it on either end of the phone and control it like a Game Boy sort of thing.
Well, I think before they got banned on the app stores from Samsung and Apple, they were the top downloaded games. Fortnite. So it was a very big deal when it came back. This is basically them celebrating that they're back on the phones.
Ah. We want your feedback. Which of the following reasons are why you played Fortnite today? Mythic and exotic. Does that count as hammers? I'm going to say yes.
I guess
look at that
more
umbrella.
Out of an event. Because it's the 14 days of summer, so... Yeah, yesterday was the kinetic boomerang, the day before that was the Excalibur rifle, and then the first day was the grapple glove. I forget which one's next after this one.
The grapple glove. Another great. I still think they need to randomize the loot that appears on the island. Maybe not all the time, but...
They did add it for the last week of Star Wars, but that was like at the very end.
So I was gone for that.
Oh, right. Yeah, they added the grapple glove and another item I forget. Was it the redeploy? I don't remember.
I gotta get my printer working again. This next week I'm going to be utilizing it a bit, so I should take some time tomorrow to put it back together. For a long time it's just kind of been gathering dust over this last year. Not like there's a whole lot of dust in Alaska, thankfully, but what little dust is there needs to be dusted off of it.
Forget that bullets counts towards crowns. So you just play a 5-minute game and then just have crown ready. Oh, they added a little ice area over here.
Oh, hey, yeah, let's head on over there. Didn't see that. Wait a minute.
Right, that's where the lumber yard was.
Why is it appearing on my map, though? I've not been there yet. Huh.
Because it's not really a new area, like a POI, place of importance.
Oh, it's just a reskin of the old place?
Well, it's new, it's just not a place like the Demon's Domain or Canyon Crossing. So I guess if it's your first time playing, unlocking one of the places near will unlock it.
Well, now it looks like where I was just earlier today. Man, I was so disappointed when I
found
was
the hammer.
traveling.
I got give it to you later.
Ooh, hammer. I got sick while I was traveling, and unfortunately the day that I was unable to go out and about was the day that folks saw 9 polar bears in the area. So I missed getting a chance to get photographs of 9 polar bears. That hurt.
Yeah, but one day you'll see 13 polar bears, and then you'll show them pictures.
Yeah, exactly. 13 polar bears. Boy, that will be that would be something. Well, there is one really interesting thing about. Oh, thank you for the hammer, much appreciated. Now I at least have a chance of success. Oh, if I could actually pick
Very
it up.
slippery here. I forgot about the Chapter 4 Islands Ice.
Oh yeah. Yes, that
Emote
was a
and
lot of
slide.
fun. There's a lot of good times that were had on that map.
Hopefully they get to it in OG. Right now, there's a kind of a conspiracy or theory of OG being a alternative timeline. So
Oh,
taking
that could
place
be
during.
interesting.
Oh, there's another hammer here. Um, so taking place
Hammer.
uh, during these new islands.
Well, the day that they allow all the islands to be played at any time will be a great day. Honestly, if they only had the ability to play past islands, I would totally do it. Only those, just so I don't have to deal with the constant downloading. Having to download every week or two
That's-
is so obnoxious.
That's something that people have been bringing up all the time, but just never happens. Where you could just download the only parts of the game that you want. So you never play Rocket Racing, but it's still in the files. All the stuff.
Is there still a community part of the community that does that?
I think I see it up to 1,000 players at times.
It's not as much as I would have expected.
I think the only people playing though are people that wanting to rank up. But right now the rank up system is broken.
Some of those other games are fun, but man, the game of Fortnite is so unstable. For them to have to try and branch into other areas, just it's not as smooth as I think that they wanted it to be.
Actually, ironically, the Lego Island has been very popular. They added a new mode. It's kind of like Save the World, where you could choose between 3 different styles or classes. Yeah, classes. And you jump in, you fight a bunch of enemies, do quests, and then come back. You can sell your stuff that you got and buy random dual gear.
Mm.
And it's kind of repetitive right now, but it's brand new, and a lot of people like it.
I'm glad one of those new updates is really holding strong. They've kind of needed a win like that for a while.
For music, it's always gonna be the same. It's just new songs always coming out.
Now the music part is one that I still have not figured out.
The only thing is that they used to have this special events where you get gain free stuff, but because of how they changed everything to be XP orientated, it's not really anything to do in it.
Oof, ouch. Dang. That hurt. Person came out of nowhere.
Alright, and then they also made a new reload map that's based around Squid Games.
I saw that post about that. That's an interesting one. I know there's some people are going to be all excited about that one. For me, I was never a big Squid Game fan to begin with, so I'm like ho-hum about it.
I've only watched the first season, and it's just more as background noise. But I remember hearing that like the creator, whoever was made it, someone who helped in it, said it was like a something against capitalism.
Yeah, I've
But then
heard
if you
some
just
mixed comments about the motivations behind the story's structure. It's one of the reasons why I never actually watched it. Just because I couldn't find anything that was like really compelling about something that would be positive.
well, the whole story is just that they just gather a lot of people that were either poor or in very bad situations and just basically play games.
Kind of
Yeah,
interesting
they
how many
said it was-
stories are like that. Hunger Games is like that.
Yeah.
Squid Games has that same sort of concept. Kind of like the gladiator concept of slaves that are doomed to fight for eternity. Is there something about the story that you've enjoyed, or is it something that you have mixed reviews on, or is there another opinion?
No, it's just like a bittersweet ending. Like everyone that while you're watching, you know, most of the people are gonna die. So I never really got attached to any of them.
Mm.
But the best character was basically the one that escaped North Korea
Oh,
and was doing it to gain money to help her little brother.
I saw some that apparently North Korea wants to create a resort for people to go to. That's what's sad is that there's a lot of people who would actively want to go to something like that with absolutely no remorse for like who it would harm.
Hopefully they'll keep a list and the government doesn't hold on to it for too long.
Yeah. Oh shoot, I messed that one up. Oh. Hey,
Kind of like
another
those,
hammer.
like those encampments that Disney used as backgrounds or were filming at.
Yep. Come on. Wow, I messed up horribly.
I'll go reboot you and then drop the hammer for you.
Dagnabbit. Beating at my own game. Well, not really. I didn't get a chance really to set up appropriately, but
It's not showing any of the other reboot bands, just the ones close by.
North Korea is such a very sad place. I have heard horrible nightmare stories out of it. And so South Korea over the last couple of years has really been trying to make North Korea want to join them again. And it's a really scary sort of thought that South Korea is actually not even aware how destructive that would be, how it would absolutely decimate their culture. But at the same time, with how fast South Korea's population is collapsing, they won't have to wait very long. Soon North Korea very well might actually be the stronger nation, which is fascinating to believe, but I think they're both going to just be gobbled up by surrounding nations. And South Korea doesn't care. Well, correction. South Korea does. Their women don't care. I heard a comment by their 4B movement people, and I must say, it's baffling to me how that stuff could really happen. Oh, thank you, Bastion. In South Korea, if you have all of your women simultaneously saying, yes, let's destroy South Korea by not having families, that affects them too. When they get older, they're going to be miserable and destroyed, and they're going to say, well, I've no one to blame but myself. Well, in that sense, you got to always be careful. You never know if you're unintentionally... Ooh, cool. Is this a kit that you put together, Bastion, or did you find it?
Yeah, it's 2 items. Once you get the gloves and then the cape, it merges together and you get more uses out of it, of both of them.
Oh, that's cool. What is the ammo that it takes?
It doesn't use any ammo. It's the birds. So when you have the cape by itself, you can only use it 10 times. When it's with the gloves, it only uses 5 ammo.
Is this orange to you?
Yeah, it's been like that for a while.
Huh.
It might change next season. If next season's gonna be a bug theme season.
Ew, that should be interesting. A Bug's Life comes to Fortnite.
Well, Disney does have a lot of stock in Fortnite. It could happen.
That they do. Well, right now, for that whole 4B movement, the more I hear about it, the more insane, absolutely insane it is. But also, it really does show that there is something going on. There's some massive brainwashing taking place. Well, one of the areas that is most common is through television. And their TV series have actually been leaning into this idea of North Korea is not the bad guys. We are if we don't join them. And a lot of their women have actually bought into this. And that's very dangerous. It's kind of like how over here in the US, a lot of women prefer the bad boys. And that is a cultural thing that is kind of universal. But unfortunately, rather than the daughter coming back with Mr. Biker Gang sort of guy that she thinks that she can fix, is Mr. Communist who killed his neighbor and ate his dog sort of person.
So it's better if I become a biker instead of communist.
Ideally, yes. Now, please just be a noble, neighborly, friendly biker if you do.
Well, I don't know. I've never read one.
Yeah, you'll only be cool if you can ride a motorcycle and, wear all black and spit and, drink beer and crush it with your skull sort of person. Oh, wait. No, that's what everyone says they want, but no one actually wants when it actually happens. Same thing with communism. These 4B people think that that's what they want, but in reality, they will regret it. And that's why it takes good parents to help to correct kids before they get to this stage in their life that they start making really dumb choices like that. Someone shoot? Oh, yep. Splat. By the way, if anybody on the Rumble side is still here, be great if you could either like or dislike the channel if this stream, if you would be so kind. Whether you do one or the other is not as important as the fact that you do it, because then that means that you're flesh and blood, and if it's not, then it's a very high chance that you're a bot. And so thus it helps tremendously just to see that. And you know what, that's why we accept both of them, because a human being can have an opinion. A bot is most likely there to just give watch time or whatnot pointlessly. Rumble typically has about 3 to 4 bots at any time, I've noticed, but there's sometimes where it turns out to be real people. Oh, ho, 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 another hammer. I'm so glad they allow multiple hammers still. And that the hammers don't break. That's the big thing. Yes. Oh, that's another team. Oh, these are the guys from earlier. Run. That's bad. I'll come back for you, Bastion. Those guys are wickedly good. I won't say it necessarily that they're hacking it, but they're unfortunately very good at coordinating their efforts. Okay, so hopefully I can get over there. Without them knowing. Okay, they're busy fighting. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Oh, close. Blast. All right, I got time for one more, and then have to wrap it up.
Oh, I forgot to ask if you got on the battle bus as a SUV.
No, I haven't. The what was the requirement for that one?
It was to get the battle bus on the Epic Games Store. I think Jess left a link to it in the games a while back.
Did she? Let's see here.
It's no longer in the Epic Game Store. It was free for a little bit, but now they're gonna sell it in the shop.
Oh, okay. Oh, I got actually a lot of communications I need to deal with. Wow. That blew up. I went from being like, having like no people reaching out, and then suddenly all at once, this last 2 weeks, I've had several folks starting to reach out. And so, I don't know. There's something about from December till June that seems to be like one of the slowest times for online communities, and I can't figure out why. It's a very unique robot there. That's right. Burn the AI.
I'm happy they added a new loading screen for the Pancake Man, but it's in ranked, so I have to do like 38 challenges.
Pancake Man. Are you, do you prefer pancakes or waffles?
If the pancakes were well done, yeah, pancakes. But if it's just waffles, it's all the same for waffles.
So I used to be, I used to get a lot of, packaged breakfast material, things like, whether it was waffles, whether it was, oh, you choose our last location there, Bastion. It would be either waffles or Pop-Tarts or anything else that was packaged and came from the store. And then I started looking into the ingredients on them, and my stomach started to churn just even thinking about it. Well, now I don't have anything that is packaged unless it's like some bread, like some authentic bread, and or nuts, because it's very hard to go wrong with some peanuts or almonds. But I don't get anything that's prepared like a granola bar sort of design or whatnot, because some of those ingredients, oh my goodness, some of those things have literal titanium inside of it. It's like, why would you want to put a metal like that into your diet? I mean, our bodies need iron. Last I checked, we don't need titanium in our diet.
Well, maybe you'll become Wolverine.
No, Bastion, that's adamantium. Unless I get some claws coming out, I'm not going to keep eating that. Now, this last week, I actually had to eat some of that stuff. Some of the packaged stuff, because we didn't have the option for things that were non-packaged. Well, that was just... My palate has changed so dramatically now that just the taste of that stuff is overwhelming. Mr. Galaxy Brain. but it just left this weird taste and tingling in my mouth. And I kept thinking after I would eat each one of them, I thought, this is probably legitimately doing damage. And up until a couple years ago, I never would have thought that to be the case. I knew something was off. I wasn't a scientific enough individual to try and figure that sort of stuff out. Well done. Nicely done.
There's been rocket ammo, but nothing to use it with. Oh, right. So, there's gonna be some exotic weapons or mythic weapons that they've added, or will add. The first three ones, the Yoink shotgun. It pulls people towards you.
Yoink.
Second one is fire and ice one. I forget what it's exactly called, but the first shot is it makes the enemy slower, and then the second shot makes you faster if you land your hits. Then after that was the pulse pistol, where it creates a little pulse that knocks enemies and you for the first and second or last clip that you shoot. It's not very useful. I forget what the next one's gonna be. One of them is gonna be an unstable grenade, where it bounces 3 times before it explodes.
Unstable grenade.
Alright, the next one's gonna be a rifle that has explosive shots.
I want to know who the genius was that came up with this hammer idea. They need a raise.
Well, what it mostly is just a rock on a stick, so it's not too groundbreaking. So you break the ground.
Not too groundbreaking.
Well, the recon scout was better, in my opinion. Just take control of a bird and ping. He goes pick up your friends when they're down. I remember that.
Yeah.
Well, that can make you fly. That's better than jumping around.
You're trying to get that item back there, won't allow you? Oh.
That uses gold.
Yeah. Do you want it? Too bad, already bought it. Voila.
Nah, I already have a DMR. I'm pretty good.
Well, I had to waste my gold on something. I can't buy hammers with it. Because we don't have the hammer knight.
There's a glitch if you won a round with the Storm Beast pom-poms. You lose all your gold. So I didn't have gold for a while. Or a large amount of gold.
Oh no.
It came back. I think they just gave everyone like 3,000 gold.
That sounds familiar. I think I remember that time. Whoa! Didn't mean to do that. Oh, yeah. There we go. Cube surfing.
So, Epic sued a cheater. I think I put that in games.
I saw something about that, but I didn't read deeper into it.
It was about
What transpired?
$174,000.
$174,000
for a cheater.
Wow. I
Well,
mean,
I mean,
I'm
once
all for
money's
stopping
involved, I
cheaters,
guess
but
I think it's because it's such a high value, or he has to pay that much, is because he ignored the first ruling, or just never responded. And so now, basically, they could have done whatever they wanted.
So I found out the other week that apparently some of my favorite games are all like heavily swarmed by cheaters right now. It is next level, and I don't know if it's because of AI that has allowed for this to take place or what, but they went to a tournament and found out that
AI.
yeah, they went to a tournament and found out every single player was cheating. And in order not to lose the competition, because everyone was cheating, they decided to instead just look the other way. Well, as a result, now if you ever want to go win a competition, you have to cheat. So what's the point of the competition? Eventually, we're going to get to a point of where if you want
Disqualified
to,
everyone, and then they should have just disqualified everyone and given the money to the spokesman or the people commentating on the games,
that would have been good.
and just have whoever does a better job or is more entertaining gets the money.
I would be all for that.
And then just have another spokesman just there to commentate on them.
Commentators can be wildly entertaining. One of the things, though, that I have been pondering in relation to this is how do games stop this madness? And I remember a while back hearing this report that basically if you want to prevent people from cheating, you have to lock out their ability to send data from your gaming system to the server. So basically you need to have a server that is locked, but it's wildly expensive. And gaming companies, they want to have the bare minimum when they have online servers, because they want to use your PC's resources. Kind of like how crypto likes to use your resources to do transactions. It's like, but I'm using your coin. Why is this a problem? And so for a lot of people, they just come to accept it. Thank you for the hammer. But in all reality, it's wildly destructive to everybody. And if you want to actually fix the problem, you then would have to have, let's say, for example, a secure, no multi-character inputs for the game mechanics. So basically, if you're in the world of code, imagine it like this: you're allowed for each player's packaged information to be consolidated to 10 characters max. That's a number, that's a letter. It's a very small package. It's very, very fast. It allows for your game to be played at lightning speed. But it then requires your server side to have a much faster computer. And that is very unappealing. They want to be able to use the weakest of parts. Which, just a side note, I finally understand what the i3, i5, i7, and i9 series CPUs from Intel are just based upon those specs. Like, why do they have so many i3s, for example, versus i9s? Now, how's this compared to what I was just talking about to the games? Let me help to draw the connections. In the world of computers, you only have so many processors that you can put onto a CPU or onto a GPU. The more that you have, the higher the cost. Well, when you take into account that when they're making these chips, that they're all basically very similar in how they're produced, then you have to wonder, well, why are there all there's these speed differences? Why do we have the i3, the i5, and so forth for Intel chips, for example? The reason why is because CPU production is so very difficult to pull off. It's basically based upon how many of those processors survived the production process. That is why you have the different speeds. Sorry. But when it comes to someone who's trying to do a game server, suddenly now that means you have to buy the higher end stuff to be able to pull off higher processing. Well, if the CPU company cannot really produce that many high quality ones without being able to sell like the cheaper ones, how are they going to pull that off? They have to be able to sell the cheaper ones so they can be able to keep affording to lower the cost on their expensive ones. Well, a lot of companies would be buying the i3s, not the i5s, not the i7s. They would be buying the i3s for their processing. So that requires a massive amount of loss from your company. And in more ways than one. It's financially a big cost. Your partnerships maybe are a bit frayed. You have to deal with constant monitoring of your servers. Is a lot easier if you can just parse the information back and forth between people's machines. It makes it a whole lot faster. Okay, yeah, there's folks there, and there's also folks up there. Yeah, you snipe them. I don't have any means to snipe them right now. I'll just dance out here, taunting him with my hammer. So if you want those companies to get rid of the cheaters, that means that you have to upgrade all of your systems. And then that means you have to increase the price of your game. And very few people are going to want that. Until someone finally does it. Then everyone's going to want it. Everyone's going to demand it. It's going to become the gold standard. But no one's done it yet.
I think I posted the short video on in videos, but it was about one company where the veteran people that worked there were they had all the money, so they could have just lazed around all day.
think I remember seeing that one. How long ago was that one posted?
It was definitely last year. But yeah, the newer people had to work harder, and then the veterans, the people who started around when the company started, they could just laze around all day today.
Oh yeah, I did see that. That's yeah, that's an unfortunate situation. I'm so glad that I don't have to deal with a lot of the business stuff that's out there.
I've thought about what to do with if I were to start something meaningful, and it would have to have a lot of people working together and a lot of hope.
A lot of people working together, you were saying?
Yeah, there's just someone here. I've thought about it, and if it does work out, it'll be great for a lot of people. But since it's my idea is about helping people, a lot of people are probably not going to want to be a part of it.
Isn't that sad? But it's also so true. The moment you say you want to do something because it's right or because it's good for somebody, a lot of people are like, nah, we don't want to invest in that because we want to get rich at someone else's expense. Honor. It's important. I think I just went into the storm. Probably trying to get his card, yeah. That storm's pretty high damage, so good luck, buddy.
Now, my idea would be kind of like Walt Disney, where it's not going to be too grand of a thing, but if it does take off and it is the big thing, it would need a lot of people to work together.
One of the big challenges of trying to start any business these days is the number of people that not only that don't want to invest in that sort of stuff, but the number of people that would be actively trying to destroy you is staggering. There was
and the thing is with my idea, I know if I say it or just one person hears it, they could just easily take it. Not too creative, but it's if the right people know about it, they could just easily copy it and make it into a subscription service, something like that.
Yeah. So I can't mention who it was, but I actually know somebody that some really shady stuff went on with his business plan that he had. And oh no. Dang, that hurt. Ooh, good job. Well, a victory to close it out. Perfect. But so as I was saying, I know a guy who had somebody backstab him horribly. And it was because the moment the guy smelled competition, he decided he wanted to shut him down. I remember when I heard it, I was like, he does realize the negative propaganda that will come out as a result of that, right? Well, he didn't care because that guy was all about money first and foremost. And so thus, he didn't care that he was ruining friendships. He didn't care that he was ruining people's careers. All he saw was, can I get this first? And that's one of the reasons why, first and foremost, there are two things you need to care about in this life: serving and honoring God, and caring and supporting your family. Those are the two things you need to focus on first and foremost. When it comes to business, if it causes you to have to compromise the first two, that makes you a terrible person. But then there's a third one, and that's your country. That's your neighbors. If there's something that causes you to betray them, that's the third thing in that list. And that is just as bad. And sadly, a lot of people really, really hate sharing power. I don't know what the proper solution is, because the moment you come up with a solution, people shut it down. And people of power, people of money, like, nope, we don't want to even risk this. And so they cut you off at the knees. It's one of the reasons why I hate AI so much, because some people think that it's going to give them the power to overcome this barrier. But it won't. It's going to be used as a gatekeeping tool like we've never seen before. I've already seen it being implemented. I heard about this concept a while back, but let's say, for example, you want to use an AI to create your own Star Wars story. Now, this isn't the same thing what you're talking about, Bastion, I'm sure, but this is similar in ways of like how people can sabotage you with AI. Disney, if they find out that you're making something Star Wars related, they will be able to pay an AI company to scan your machine, because now Windows is incorporating their AI into their computers. So is Apple. If you have one of those two systems, they can use an AI to scrape your computer, find out if you're making something with AI or without it that has to do with that subject. If so, that AI can destroy whatever it is you've been working on, or alter it without your knowing. That is the new world we have entered into. Now, to my knowledge, no one has deployed this technology en masse, but I have heard of occasions where some things have started to change for creators, and they were not very familiar with what was going on, and it sure seems like an AI has been involved. So, they're going to try and gatekeep, and if there's a new group that pops up, unless there is like a group to help organize it, all new ideas are just going to be shut down. And I wish that was not the case. I'm trying to figure out how to get around it for myself, let alone all the other people that are trying to find ways to break through as well. There's a guy who did break through. He's a multimillionaire. So no duh that he was able to break through. Unfortunately, the moment he broke through, he pulled the ladder up after him. And all the people that thought that they were going to get to climb with him to the next level found out the hard way that he didn't actually believe in elevating others. He wanted everyone to help him elevate, kind of like how Bastion is elevating rocks, but he wouldn't bring anybody else up with him, and that lowered his reputation. I won't even talk about his products because I was so insulted by it. Because it wasn't... Sure, could I have been affected by it? Yeah, not really. But I do know other people that were. Other people who lost business opportunities because of it. People that shouldn't have been ruined by that. So, maybe one day your idea will come to fruition. And it will work out, and then you will have the opportunity to help break this system of madness. Right there, Bastion's puzzling away, figuring out how to make his dream a reality. All right, folks. We are going to close out. I see it. We have very few folks on the across the different platforms right now, so we're just going to be ending it there. No raids. Thanks, Bastion, for your participation. Rest well, my friend, and we will see you all next time. We will be back tomorrow for some art, and we will be increasing the number of streams that we have over this month. And we got that big announcement that will be taking place later on in July. Have a very pleasant evening and morning, everybody. Be civil to one another, especially if you make it rich or arrive in whatever way, shape, or form. Don't pull up the ladder after you. Remember what it was like when you were down at the bottom. Reach out a helping hand and don't carry on the madness. Until next time, folks, have a very pleasant evening.